All right, so we're gonna draw some 3D test tubes today. I'm gonna give you a paper that's got some different test tube shapes on them, and they're all three-dimensional. So that means that they don't look flat, they look fat. And what I'm gonna do first is I am going to do some practice test tubes, and I'm gonna try to draw some of the ones on there. So the way that I start is with the opening. I'm gonna draw an oval, not a circle, but an oval. So it looks like a potato. And I'm gonna draw another one inside. Now, one of the tricks to making sure that your test tubes look like test tubes is to make sure that your opening is not a whole lot bigger than your container. So I'm gonna do two lines coming down, and I'm gonna curve at the bottom, and that gives me a pretty good test tube. This is a mistake that I see over and over again. People that make the opening really big and the container really small. Looks like there's a big plate sitting on it, and we don't want that to happen. So we wanna make sure that our opening and our container match. So I'm gonna try again. My two ovals, the neck of this one. I'm gonna come out to the sides. And since test tubes are see-through, I'm going to see the bottom. So I'm going to do a curve one way, almost like a smile, and a curve another way. And that way I can see the bottom of my test tube. Try the round one, my oval and my oval, a neck, and then I'm gonna do a circle around. This one's not flat at the bottom, so that's why I didn't do the see-through. So I'm gonna try a few test tubes, and then on my final paper, I'm going to draw my three favorites. And I'm gonna try to make them a good size because I wanna be able to fill them with liquid, pretend liquid, artist liquid. Okay, so I drew one. Now I'm gonna add something else to this one. I'm gonna add another oval. So my curve, maybe some bubbles. So I'm gonna think about what's in there. So I just make a circle with a little C shape or a banana shape in there. Bubbles love to hang out together. They love to overlap, and they are see-through. So I'm adding some bubbles to my liquid. So now it looks like, hey, it's filled with something. Oval, oval, the neck. Again, making sure it's not too much thinner. Coming out to the sides. Curve around, curve around. Now I want to fill it up. So I want to make sure that my liquid touches the edges of my container. Sometimes people draw it like that and it's not filling it. So we want to make sure that we don't do that. Add some bubbles. Who knows what experiment I am doing with my bubble liquid. Okay, and one more. I think I'll do the round one. And again, I'm starting closer to the top so I know I have room. My neck, and curving around. Fill this guy up with my oval. So I'm doing a smile that touches the edge and a rainbow that touches the edge. That gives us a pretty good oval. Some bubbles, and then all I have left to do in this step is outline. I'm using my Sharpie, and I'm tracing everything. So this is gonna be important for our next step when we color. Sharpie's gonna make sure that our lines don't disappear on us, that they're really easy to see. And if you miss a line, it is not the end of the world. I like to give my drawings what I call an eraser bath. When I'm done, I just take an eraser and I run over my whole picture and I get any of those lines that I missed, because I always miss some, no matter how careful I try to be, and that's okay. Never a bad idea to give it an eraser bath. Okay, and I'm ready for my next step, which is going to be mixing some colors.